Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Victoria and today we are back with the pick a card reading that I did promise I will do. What role will you be soon moving into? What will be your next role in the story of life, in the storybook of life, if we viewed life on Earth here, or even in the whole universe as a story, a movie? What would your role be next? And if you haven't seen the previous installment, where we talked about what your current role is, so I'll link it here so you might want to go check it out before or after this. Anyway, today I have 3 groups here to pick from so you can see what role will you be fulfilling? What character are you going to be? What energies will be going through you? So we have group number 1, 2, and 3. Easy, quick. Just take a moment, pause if you need to. See which one draws you in the most and move on to your part of the video. Anyway, without further ado, I'll let you do that and I'll see you in your group. Hi, group number 1. We're starting off strong with you. We have the Spy Master reversed and the twins. And if you guys watched the previous pick a card, maybe you might have noticed that a lot of the groups there, actually all of the groups there, both of their cards are very different and distinct and kind of like opposites, but that's why they were there, because the person right now was supposed to be working to kind of merge those together, if you understand what I mean. But here we have actually a very harmonious one. So I'm interested to see if the other groups will be like this too. Group number 1, I can definitely see that your next role will definitely be working with others, working with your relationship with others, because we have the Spy Master reversed here. Actually, the Spy Master was a part of the previous one as well, but not reversed. So it would be interesting actually if you picked the group that had the Spy Master and now you're picking it again. Definitely let me know in the comments if that happened to you. I'm really curious. But the reverse Spy Master is talking about high expectations, that your high expectations that are not allowing you to really form a close relationship that sticks with anyone, because you have such high expectations of everyone, so you get disappointed by everyone and you're constantly leaving people, which isn't always bad. That doesn't mean we shouldn't, leave a toxic situation, for example, but sometimes when you're expecting things, it can make your perception of the situation much worse. While if you weren't expecting anything, then you would have reacted in a different way. Maybe you would have felt a different way. And it is those high expectations that are really not allowing you to keep anyone close to you as well. So it will definitely be a tough energy to work with, because I feel a perfectionism in you, and I feel the energy of the Spy Master that's not reversed as well, like that kind of energy of knowing what people are like just by looking at them. Just by a glance, you kind of feel like, oh, this person is this type of person, and because he's this type of person, I'm expecting him to do this. So you have all of these expectations. You're getting everything in your head. Like, to be honest, I do this too a lot. I kind of read people really well, so I'm assuming, okay, this person, this is the past action, so they'll continue doing this. And a lot of times you're playing out with expectations. But that is a tricky path to be in. And again, it leads you to a life where you're constantly disappointed by people, because most times nothing can really match our expectations. Even if we have bad expectations and something good comes to us, yeah, we might feel a bit good about it, but also we'll feel a bit weird, like, I expected something bad. This is like really confusing. So, yeah, with the twins as well, a very unique combo because the twins, it's exactly that sun and moon, darkness and light. The one twin is like really, let's say, introverted and intelligent, while the other one is really outgoing and social and like like bubbly and like a son pretty much to other people, like doing active things. So the complete polar opposites, and but they are still bound and connected by their relationship because they are twins and they're constantly being compared to one another, and they're constantly comparing themselves, and that hurts both of them so much because the one introverted one is thinking, I'm not active enough, I'm not social enough, why can't I be more like my twin? The other one is thinking, I'm not smart enough, I'm not intelligent enough, why can't I be more like the other one? So yeah, it's constantly comparing, constantly in that back and forth, constantly also again with the expectations as well of yourself, of others, expecting to be judged as well. So this next part of your life, you might be listening to this and thinking, oh, is this what I'm going to be going through? It's more like it will be your time to work through all of this, to work properly with all of these energies, to use your wiseness, your knowledge, but not use it to create more expectations. Use it to break free from expectations, and use it to positively impact you, and release all of those comparisons that you've made between yourself and someone else, and that other people were comparing you to. We all get compared. I doubt there's a person in the world that's never been compared to anyone before, and they never felt bad, and they never felt like, ooh, I wish I was a bit more like that. So it's about dealing with that and dealing with people who will compare you, because most likely, because you're shifting and changing to a new role, people will compare you. People will think, oh, in the past you were like this. Now you're starting to become like this. What's happening? I wish you were more like that. Or, some people might be glad that you're changing, but others might not. And again, one of them is nice, one of them is not so nice. But it's kind of about not caring, I think, and coming to terms with the fact that we are not perfect. We ourselves are not perfect. You are not perfect. Coming to terms with that you're never going to be the perfect human being. When you, let's say, if something is out of balance in you right now and you're trying to balance it, you're trying to make it right. You're going to balance it in a while. Then you're going to figure out, oh, there's a few more things I want to work on now. And it never stops. It never stops. The self-improvement, I guess, wanting to improve never stops. But it's not about not stopping that. It's about being content with it, but also not hating yourself for constantly needing to grow, because we are constantly growing, and it's natural and it's beautiful. So we shouldn't hate that. We shouldn't hate ourselves for being and feeling incomplete. We shouldn't hate ourselves for being imperfect, because that is what makes us unique, and that is what helps us grow. If we weren't like this, we wouldn't be able to grow. The twins, in the end, I feel like what I'm receiving is that they learn from each other and they slowly start growing together. Once they come together and work together as one, they start learning from each other, and each of them gaining more skills from the other. So the active and social one becomes a bit more logical and a bit more intelligent. The intelligent and antisocial one becomes a bit more active, a bit more social, or whatever comparison you'd want to make. But yeah, and you might come to know people, like stumble upon many people during these times that are going to be either polar opposites of you or just comparing you constantly. And it will be really important to just remember that they can do that. We don't want to judge them for comparing, but we just don't need to do it. We don't need to be affected by it. We don't need to do it ourselves. Also, again, about the perfection. No one is perfect. You're not perfect. Realizing that is the first step. Loving yourself, the imperfect being that you are, is the first step. And then that will trickle into not comparing and judging others as well. Because let's be honest, when we judge ourselves, we judge others too. It just goes together. It flows together. So what you'll need to remember is no one is perfect. We don't need to judge anyone. We don't need to compare them. If you're, for example, changing friend groups and you're starting to compare your current one with your last one, and well, you start realizing, everyone has positives and negatives when you really look at it. But it's just about accepting that and not thinking, oh, well, these new people also have negatives. That means I shouldn't be friends with them. But that's not how it works, because everyone has a negative. You just need to find people who, I guess, have some kind of negative that fits well with you and that you can accept. And eventually, of course, our goal is to accept everyone, and everyone is as they are. But I know that it's hard, so let's start small. And that's what I'm saying. Let's start with the people who you feel like you can tolerate the most. And then slowly you can try to expand your compassion and your I guess love towards everyone. Let's check out some of the other cards. We have Desire here. Speaking of that, it's very interesting that that's coming through here. So Desire, comparing, like I said, a lot of times you come into that point where you're like, well, I'm like this person is like that. Maybe I'm better in these ways, but this person has it better in this way. Like this person has more money than me, or this person has more friends than me, or this person has more fun than me. I wish I could be like that person. So you're always desiring, when you're comparing with others, you're constantly desiring more for yourself because you're comparing. So it's about not comparing, but realizing that you're only comparing because you're missing something. And you don't need to compare yourself with that person. You don't need to be jealous of them and want what they have. You could do something like come together with them and let them help you bring more of that energy into your life. If you're seeing someone who's having more fun with you than you, and you're thinking, damn, I wish I had more fun, I'm, envious of that, then maybe message that person. Try to have fun together. Or if this person is, someone you don't even know and you're like, I can't message this person, Victoria, what do you mean? Then try to find another way. But don't compare. Just don't judge yourself when you compare. When you notice that you're comparing, make a mental note and ask yourself, why? What am I missing? And why am I feeling like I wish I had this? Why am I, disliking them because they have something I don't? And in the same vein, I think if you are doing that, you also experience others desiring what you have. You'll experience people being jealous of you and reacting in different ways. Jealousy is, it can be very ugly, but it's something that's within us, and we should accept it, because the more you hate it and don't accept it, the more it will come back to you. The more you'll keep feeling it, and the more people who are jealous of you will keep coming towards you. But it's about accepting that it's just that we are all missing something. And instead of going and getting some of that, we prefer to just stay where we are and just be jealous of the person. So it's about having compassion for the people who are like that, and yourself too, because if you are coming into this video, into this group, then there is something that you're missing, and maybe you've been like, I wish I had this thing that person has. Let's be honest. Be honest with ourselves. That's a very important step here. So let's see the tarot cards that came through. So we have the Six of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Six of Swords, and the Chariot. So I should have maybe mentioned this before as well, but obviously here with the twins we have the 2, and here we have the Lovers, that's a 2, and we have 2 Six of Pentacles, and the Chariot usually has these like 2 well, here they're lobsters, I guess, pulling the carriage. So there's a lot of 2s here, which does imply to me that this will be, like I said, this will be a lot of dealing with relationships, a lot of navigating through relationships. You'll be learning how to navigate through your relationships and to make more lasting ones, because so far this perfectionism for yourself and others has kind of left you unable to keep proper relationships, or jealousy. That could also be the reason. So there will be a lot of like one-on-one relationships coming into your life. That is just natural what's going to happen. So you'll be seeing a lot of people that, just want to talk to you one-on-one, whether it's for work, just for as being friends, or just randomly. And for some of you, there could be someone in particular that you're bound with. And also here, there's 2 pigeons, by the way. Again, 2. And 2 little, I guess, animal kids. So you might have someone that you're actually bound to, that you're complete opposite. That person may already be in your life, and you might be noticing, I think this arc is going to be with this person, or I'm going to have to come to terms with things. Because I feel like if you already know this person, you definitely will be thinking of them right now, because they're someone who can be so similar to you, but can be so different, and has parts that are so hard to accept. And there's times when you fight so much, and there's times when you love each other so much. And it's because you have a lot to learn from each other. You're bound, like the twins, to learn from each other. So you need to come together, to work together, to make love, not war, as they say. And like the twins, come together, work together, and share those energies, because you don't need to stay, the polar opposites, the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon can come together and create a beautiful mix, and they can learn from each other. Like the moon can start learning how to shine by itself, and the sun can start learning how to go deep and go more silent. Which is quite interesting. But let's dive deeper into the cards as well. So Six of Pentacles is that kind of energy of receiving things that you've been deserving of, but you haven't really received before. And again, it does feel very connected to me to these relationships with people, where I feel like you've been with certain types of people, and either you weren't able to come together with them, to work with them, to receive what you needed, because you just didn't know how, or they were just people that had nothing to give you, or you had nothing to benefit from, if that makes sense. That might sound kind of weird, like harsh or cruel. But ultimately, relationships are there for energy exchange, I guess. Um, we all learn from each other, and we all come together to work. As you know, the positive and negative are both needed. So each of us, if we're friends, one would be the positive, one would be the negative, and that's why they're magnetizing each other, pulling each other together. But then when one changes, obviously you gotta go and find another, like minus, for example. So you will be receiving more of what you need, more of the energy you need, and that will come in these relationships. And it will, I really don't think it'll all be like nice things. I do think you'll receive nice things, group number one. But I think you'll also receive a lot of triggering times where it will force you to confront that part of you that maybe been in denial about some things, like some of the things I talked about already. I feel like you really have the chance to find true love, but like to find unconditional love for yourself and for others. Because once you are able to accept people as they are with their positives and negatives, then that is when you're feeling unconditional love. When you have no expectations towards someone, that is when you have unconditional love. If you have expectations, if you just cannot deal with someone's negative, then your love is not unconditional. And that's okay. It's not a bad thing. But I feel like this arc of yours is about finding a way to feel unconditional love. So that's important to remember. And with the Six of Swords, I do feel like there's an energy here of wanting to run away from things, wanting to run away and just be like, no, I just can't deal with this any longer. Can't I just leave and start over again and find new friends again? Like, this is the same stuff is happening with my new friend group for going with a friend group. And the same stuff is happening all over again. The people are kind of similar, or again, negative in some way. I just can't deal with this human stuff. Something like that, I don't know. So I do feel this energy of wanting to run away, but when you don't run away is when you really be victorious is not the right word, more like, let's say victorious, but you'll be successful when you stick with it. When you stick with it and start realizing, okay, but why is this triggering me? Why is this happening to me? And again, it doesn't mean you have to particularly stay with toxic relationships, of course. But sometimes, if you remove the expectations and you don't judge people, don't compare them, sometimes you notice that maybe this wasn't such a toxic relationship. Maybe it was trying to teach me something. And actually, if we learn together, we can be very successful together. I think you will find your way very naturally. You'll just have to navigate very hard waters. Let's see what other cards came through here. And we have You're Not For Everyone. Embrace your weirdness and face your true north. So yeah, again, relationships and realizing that not everyone is gonna like you, not everyone is gonna fit well with you. So again, finding the right people for you and not judging the people that aren't for you, not thinking like, oh, this person is this kind of person, so of course we wouldn't fit well together. I don't like that type of person. Being more like, I understand they're like this and they deserve love and I deserve love. It's just that we're not for each other. And they have someone else that's for them. I have someone else that's for me. And just keep being yourself. Expressing yourself to the best of your ability. We also have Inner Earth. You'll survive this, new solutions and new beginnings. Like I said, I think you will be able to be successful no matter what. You will get through this. It's just, it depends on your reactions to the situations. I think you can be quite successful really easily in navigating all of this. in this period of your life. It's just dependent on how you react to what is thrown at you. So, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I think that was very, no need for more explanations on that. Uncored relationships. And open your heart with pool of Christ light. Uncored relationship, of course, letting go of the past relationships. Of course, how are you going to make new relationships if you don't let go of the past ones? So right now, if you're feeling like there's some relationships that, you feel like they've run their course, it's time to let go of them. It's time. It is time to let go of them. There's some people that we are the twins for a certain part of our lives, but then we need to let go of each other because we've learned enough from each other. And again, it's again about that positive and negative charge. Positive and negative, they're like, it's the the magnet. They pull each other closer. But when one changes, aka you have changed, you're gonna pull away. And when you pull away, naturally, don't hold on. Release that cord, release that relationship, and release the pain from all of the relationships, the previous relationships, and the pain from all the expectations, the comparing, and the jealousy. Forgive as well, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, and opening your heart and spreading unconditional love. Again, I talked already about unconditional love. This is just confirming, I guess, what I was saying, that this is a part of your next arc. Learning about unconditional love and how you can really step into it, even if it's just for a second in your life. Feeling that unconditional love for someone, like not having any expectations for them, just letting them be themselves, however broken and fucked up they are, loving them for who and what they are, and whatever they do. And that is unconditional love, my friends. We also have the Miriam, Sacred Vision, and again, twos. Choose to forgive in order to heal and see the light in all. Again, this is just repeating things that we've been talking about all this time. Forgiving in order to heal. I mentioned this here with uncored relationships. And seeing the light in all. I mentioned this from the beginning, that, not having expectations again. And understanding that none of us are perfect. And seeing the good in everyone. And not judging, not comparing. Because again, love has no boundaries. Unconditional love. And we have, lastly, the Soul Flame card. Rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. So there will be a lot of relationship healing happening here. And I think you'll be healing from past relationships for sure. And the twin energy is definitely rediscovering yourself. A lot of people think of the twin flame as like, yeah, this one person that, we're supposed to be together our whole lives. Like this beautiful relationship that's, hard but amazing. But I don't know. I don't really think it's like that for you. The twin flame is you. It's a part of you. And it's realizing that even that person that you're looking at, the person in front of you, or even me, myself, talking to you right now, is a part of you. So all of us are part of each other. And you seeing yourself in me shows you like a piece of you. It's like seeing that other part of you. So seeing yourself in others and seeing other parts of others, that, like, for example, again, the parts that you have and the parts that you don't have that they have, all of those you can have if you want to. That is your twin flame. I don't know if I explained this well enough, but I hope you understand. And if you don't, I'm sure that eventually you will come to understand after experiencing all of this. Anyway, group number 1, this was a very interesting reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. I hope that you're slightly excited about it. I mean, it's an interesting arc, that's for sure. But it will be very useful to you. And I think it will be very healing for you. It will be a very beautiful and healing time. And I think it's a time when you have the opportunity to have a lot of fun and a lot of beautiful moments. So definitely try to not have expectations and have a lot of fun. Anyway, group number 1, if you're interested in a personal reading, details of how you can contact me are down below. Ooh, can't talk. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye. Hello, group number 2. So I'm very excited for your reading because you guys got the aspirant and the patron. So about your future role, I really think you'll definitely be someone more in the limelight, who people are looking at, who people are have hope in, obviously with the aspirant here. You are someone who's very ambitious, or will be if you're not now, and who has a lot of hope for the future and hope in themselves. But I think you inspire others to have that hope and faith in you as well. So that's why I really feel like you'll definitely be seen, and with the patron as well, you'll be able to reach, when you get to this point, to this phase, to becoming this new character, I guess, you will have learned a significant amount. You would have amassed a significant amount of either knowledge or intelligence, money, and definitely a seasoned professional in your field. It really feels like you will have the opportunity to be a mentor to others and to assist a lot of others. And again, you will be inspiring hope within others, assisting them and helping them in any way that you can with whatever you've accumulated. If you've accumulated a lot of knowledge, you will be sharing a lot of that, tutoring someone under you, maybe teaching people, helping them. If you've accumulated a lot of wealth in terms of money, you'll be helping a lot of people with that, helping people either to get better in the similar field as you, or in a field that they want, or helping people who just don't have the opportunity to who just don't have those funds, I guess. But I would like us to look at the cards themselves. Both of them have hands, and they're kind of similar. First, in the aspirant, we have this, but then in the patron, you're kind of grabbing more than anything. And here in the aspirant, we have these keys. In the patron, at first, when I looked at it, I thought, oh, they both have keys, but I don't think this is a key here in the patron, but it reminds me so much of this. So it really feels like in this phase of your life where you will be having these energies, I guess, you have the key to move on forward, like the key to happiness. But I feel like the images are, it's like they're trying to tell me, to tell you, to tell us that if you misuse this, it will hurt you. And you will get stabbed in the back, or you will, I guess justice will come. So be careful how you're using what you've accumulated during these times. Because as I said, you will have amassed a massive amount of something, whatever it is, or several things, maybe knowledge, money, all kinds of things, friends. But again, if you misuse these things, or if you refuse to use them, then they'll just bite you. They'll hurt you. So you need to be careful with that. because it's a tough position to fill, to be in. Again, you'll be seen by a lot of people. A lot of people will have that trust in you, and maybe it will create some pressure on you as well. So it really feels like, what is that one line? With great power comes great responsibility. So you need to remember that. We also have clear space, clear mind. Interesting that this one is coming through here. This one is a lot about cleaning your energetic and your physical field. So clearing everything around you. When you do start embodying these energies, you'll most likely also get the urge to start clearing away things that are no longer needed for you. Because naturally you'll be moving from one phase and cycle to another. And during that shift, there will be a great need to release some of the old stuff, maybe some old beliefs, some old energies, some blocks, and a lot of possessions as well, going with that. And keeping a more clear space, keeping a more clear, I guess, your chakras and your energy body. So maybe you'll start becoming more interested in that as well. Once you start being in front of a lot of people and feeling a lot of that pressure, you'll feel like you want less and less around you, less people around you, less things around you, because it's just making clutter around you. And I have this feeling that some of you might start feeling a bit trapped, depending on how you handle certain situations. And we have the Empress, the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Four of Wands. That's a lot of wands. That's a lot of passion, a lot of fire here, which is intriguing. Coming with the Patron, I don't know, it really fits well for me, where with the Patron, it really I feel this energy of, being so passionate about something that you want to support it. You want to support other people who are doing the same thing as you. You want to support other people who have the same beliefs as you. You want to support others because you've been given a lot, so you want to give back. And exactly, I mean, speaking of that with the Empress, feeling so abundant that you can give, that you can help others as much as you can without worrying whether you will be able to make any of that back. And offering that kind of support to others, a very motherly support. If you end up mentoring people or helping them, I feel that you'll do it in a very, very feminine, divine feminine way, where you'll nurture them and help them really grow without pushing them too much, just slowly allowing them to grow like a flower, just watering them, being like, come on, you're beautiful, grow. And yeah, with the Knight of Wands, like I was saying here, with seeing this and it piercing the hands potentially, again with the Knight of Wands and Nine of Wands, you might feel so much energy and so much excitement that you might start making some riskier moves or decisions, because you might think, oh, okay, I've amassed quite a bit of money now. I think it's finally time I stop just keeping it, safe, I guess, and maybe investing it. And then suddenly going out and investing into things that maybe you Googled, like, what's the best thing to invest in? And you're like, okay, I will invest in this. And then kind of blows up in your face a little bit because you're a bit, you're going a bit too fast. So I really feel that you might feel a bit like you want to go faster than you should. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you gotta try some things, make some mistakes and learn. So don't be scared to make mistakes. Mistakes aren't bad. Just know that try to at least have the best intention with whatever you're putting all your energy into. Again, remembering that what we put our time into is, us putting energy into something. What we put our money into is, again, energy that we're putting into something. So what kind of shops do you shop from? What kind of things do you buy? What we eat as well. What kind of energy are we putting in ourselves? What is our intention with all of this energy exchange? So it's about understanding the exchange of energy, because you're not just exchanging money with people. You're not just exchanging, hi bye words, I guess. You're exchanging energy. So what kind of energy are you giving? What kind of energy are you taking? Check yourself with the intentions, and even if you make mistakes, it's fine. We're ending with the Four of Wands. It's fine. Everything will be fine. You'll still, be happy. You'll still be excited. Even if one thing doesn't work out, look at all the other things. They worked out. He made all of these in the back. Only one got ruined. So all of the others can be used for the party, let's say, to have fun, to enjoy. So enjoy your time when you're spending time with people, when you're in the spotlight, when people have that faith and hope in you. Enjoy that time where you can support others, and let them support you too. Let them love you. Let them express their appreciation towards you. We also have Star Family and We the Hathors. And both are kind of, see how Star Family is like, the group of Star Family, and then we have the Hathors, like, again, groups. So group number 1 was a lot about working with an individual. You will definitely be working more with groups then, because we're talking about a group, a Star Family group. We're talking about We the Hathors, a group. So it's more like a group. Here with the Four of Wands, again, a group. And the Empress herself commands a group, not just one person. So you will be helping and working with a lot of people. And I can see that you will be meeting a lot of new people who will assist you, and who you will assist. You will definitely be assisting a lot of your Star Family members soon, very soon. If you feel like you've already met some of them, you'll be meeting a lot more. And here with the Hathors, again, we're talking about the divine feminine, the mother's milk, allowing people to grow, being able to give them that milk, and just giving them that milk and caring for them is enough to help them grow. You don't need to do anything extra. You don't need to go out of your way to do anything. Just give them the thing that you have to give. Not more, not less. And watch them grow by themselves. If they take it, they will grow. If they don't, they won't. It's also about not attaching expectations to that. If a baby doesn't want to drink the milk, it will starve. But you can't force the baby to drink. You have to, give it milk and hope that it takes it. Hope that it accepts it. And yeah, it's really sad when people don't accept your help. But I think you might run into some of those situations too, where some people might not want to accept your help, or not all of it. So you're going to have to learn how to deal with some of that too, because, not everyone is here for us to save, I guess, and us to help. And there's also something about birth as a portal as well, creating a lot of things, creating new opportunities. I think that's what's coming through a lot for you guys, for your group, creating new opportunities for yourself, but also for a lot of other people in the future. I really, it's coming through very strongly. You will be creating, by what you're doing and what you will be doing, you will be creating so many opportunities for the future and for kids and people in the future. Some of you might already be aware that you will be doing this, or you're already doing it, but some of you might not. So you need to realize that, how important to you and what you're doing or will be doing is. We also have Saint Germain here and the Divine Director with karma releasing. So again, karma releasing. I would like to again point out the the possibility of things not going well with every single person, because you know, you're not none of us are perfect. You're not gonna be perfect. So some things might go a bit awry, but it's about, you know, accepting the mistakes that you made or others made and letting go. And you know, if you need to let go of certain people, new people will come to you. And if you need to change some things that you are doing and exchange them for something better, then again, it's kind of changing that energy, creating a new energy around yourself so that you can grow even more and you can help others grow even more, and making room for good energy for you and for others. And creating your own path is very much connected to this divine director. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you're being guided. Happiness is your purpose. It is your purpose to be happy here. It is your purpose to thrive and to create your own path. Because again, by creating your own path, you're creating so many opportunities for people in the future as well. And no matter what happens, if someone, you know, if a dog bites the hand that was feeding it, it happens. But it's happening for a reason. So ask yourself why that happened. And if you have to let that person go, or if you have to learn from whatever happened, or both together. But know that it is happening for a reason, so try to figure that out when it does come. We also have the Rose Garden here. Innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. I do feel like you'll be in quite a high position, not particularly, not speaking when it comes to like in a company, for example. Some of you might be, but in a high position where, again, other people are seeing you, are learning from you. So it will be a lot of pressure, I think, on you. And that's why this card is coming through, so that you can be gentle with yourself, to remember to be good to yourself. Because even though there's so much pressure on you from all these things that you know that you're doing, and this impact that you have on people, know that even if you make mistakes, it's okay, because everyone makes mistakes. And by you making a mistake, that doesn't fuck up everyone's lives. It's just like a little bump in the road. Don't see it as something like, oh no, I didn't do this, or I said something wrong, so now I messed up so many people's view, or something like that. You know, it's also on them whether they get affected by what you said or did. So be gentle, be good with yourself. And also remember to not be too affected by what others are saying about you. If anyone doesn't like you, for example, it's okay. That doesn't mean that you're awful. It just means, you know, you're not for everyone. That was in the previous group, that card. But we're on the second one now, so. And forgiving yourself. Again, if mistakes are made, forgiving yourself. And the last card I have for you, group 2. Look for the signs. Pay attention and expect an answer. So again, looking for the signs. Like I said, if something happens to you, if there's a bump in the road, if someone bites you, even though you know, bites the hand that fed it. If the keys that you thought were your salvation end up being your fall, why? Why did it happen? Look for the signs. Look for the hidden signs. Read between the lines. Why did that happen? What is it teaching me? What is my next move? What is the best thing for me to do now? What do I want to do now? Why? What? How? Yes or no? So many questions you can ask, and the universe will find a way to answer you. Always. So yeah, group 2, this was a very interesting reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. And if you're interested in a personal reading, details of how you can contact me are down below in the description. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye! Hello group number 3 and welcome to your part of the video. You guys got the Diviner and the Warrior. So what does that mean for your next role? The Diviner, especially reversed, means that for your next role, it's like you're moving into a part of yourself where you're not fully sure what's going to happen. You're not really sure what's best for you. And it's time to figure out why you're not sure and why you haven't achieved happiness yet. It's like you're trying, you kind of want to be happy. So you kind of want to divine and ask the universe, will I be happy finally? You're watching this video, you're wondering, what will my next role be? Will it be a happy one? Every role is happy and unhappy at the same time, trust me. So that doesn't matter what role you get. But there's something in particular stopping you from grasping that happiness. I feel like it's right in front of you. It's right there. And it's very small right now. And kind of unseen because it's like the seed that's under the soil. So it's unseen from you right now. It's really deep down there, your true happiness and what will truly make you happy and feel abundant, feel fulfilled. But you can't figure all that out because, like I said, it's under the soil. And before you get to the seed, you have to get through all of the layers of the soil that you've put there. And what are all these layers? They're your, I guess, programming, your blocks, your personality, your ego, all of these parts. You don't have to completely remove them, but you need to dive deeper to find the seed, to find your happiness, to find what you're looking for. And this is the whole point of your next role, to try to find what really makes you happy and what will really make you feel fulfilled and feel content as well in life. Because with the warrior fights, keeps fighting. But what is he fighting for? He doesn't always know. He's kind of fighting for the thrill of the fight or for improvement, constantly competing with someone, constantly competing, fighting against someone. Will I be victorious today or will I die? And it's that constant competition that's kind of keeping you going, that's gonna keep you going. That kind of constant thrill that's gonna keep you going. But this is not going to be, hopefully, a very long phase for you. You can actually move into this phase and move out of it very quickly if you're able to easily find the seed, find what truly makes you happy. But if you can't, if you struggle, you will continue to fight. You'll continue to basically compare yourself to others and to constantly be in competition with others and take that as your goal, because you don't have a goal. You don't know what your goal is. You don't know what your goal is because you don't know what's truly gonna make you happy. And I completely understand. Sometimes it's better to not have a goal because you don't know what's gonna make you happy than to have a goal that's in the end not gonna make you happy. So you need to understand that this is not a negative, just a negative phase that you're gonna go through. It's a phase where you'll be able to explore a lot, I think. You have the opportunity to explore. It's like fighting different opponents. So today, maybe I'll try fighting with a sword against the guy with an axe, or the other day I'll try, using arrows to shoot at someone who's with a spear, etc. It's using all of these tools, seeing what's best for you, what makes you feel the nicest, I guess, the most thrilling, and trying to keep completing your goals. because this is energy that can help you complete goals really easily, the warrior energy. But if you don't realize that that's there just momentarily to help you find this, to help you actually fight through your own fears, your own insecurities. So you might use this energy, and you can, nothing wrong with that, in the outside world to try to complete your goals, to keep going and using that tenacity and that fierceness and energy that the warrior has. But the real reason you're going to be given this energy is so that you can fight the inner demons. So you can go down into the soil and fight against all of those things, get through each and every one, so you can figure out, okay, what is actually blocking me from even realizing what my happiness is? What is not allowing me? What beliefs that I have are blocking me? What is not allowing me to get to there? Again, very, very interesting time that you'll be in. And like I said, you can get through this super quick and easy, but if you don't double down and dig deep on the inside, you'll just be kind of swept up in that kind of warrior's feeling where it's like constantly going off to war to fight someone, constantly needing to fight someone to compete, to show that you're better, to complete more and more goals, and focusing on the outside world where really you're being given this to focus on the inside. And it's a hard one to deal with because, yeah, the diviner here, the reverse diviner here, it feels confusion. It wants to figure it out. But I think the warrior overpowers it and might overwhelm you to the extent of wanting to keep going in the physical and outer realm and just searching there when that's not the right choice in the end for you. That's not how you will get through this cycle and through this role to get into a new one. We also have lighting your path. This is an interesting one to come through here because, again, it's about trying to find that light. And if you're not searching for it, you're not going to see it. But if you ask for help and if you look for it, it will light you your way. It will guide you. But if you get swept up into these feelings and, emotions that the warrior has, you might lose yourself and lose your goal in the end with these roles. So you might end up not asking for help or not even following the light. So be cautious, group number 3. I feel like you are going to be given a lot of energy that's going to be very useful to you. And I think it will be very good for you, but there's a high chance of you kind of being led astray by yourself. And maybe you want to go to that path, in which case it's fine. But yeah, in case you want to get out of that, then this is my advice. We also have Hilarion here with divine healing. Honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So, again, we're talking about your light. So, lighting your path. I feel like with the warrior here, again, you are going out there fighting your battles. You've fought many battles already so far. And you've become this warrior that constantly wants to keep basically marking a checklist of goals. Like, today I'm going to do this, this, and this. And then you're checking the list off and you're feeling super happy with yourself. Yay, I did everything that I put on my list. But did you do everything that was important, really? Did you take some time to rest and relax? Did you take some time to go deep within? Because usually we don't add on those lists like nap or take some time to meditate, take some time to talk about my issues with someone, or something like that? Do you take that time to heal? I feel like you will kind of need to, though, if you don't take the time. I'm being told that you will literally become like, how a warrior fights, but then they get wounded, and you're kind of forced to get to the infirmary, let's say, and and get healed by someone. So you will get this healing eventually, somehow, by your choice or not exactly. But it's better if you give yourself that time, isn't it? If you allocate time for that. We also have Green Terra here. Supreme protection. You're protected, cords are being cut, and move beyond limitations and trust. Moving beyond limitations is exactly what the warrior does. It's like, I feel like that could be the motto of a warrior. Moving beyond limitations, constantly pushing yourself to the limit so that you can get through things, so you can fight things, through things. And I do feel reminded of this shield here, where it's the feeling of needing protection as well. But know that you don't need a lot of extra protection. You are protected. And if you ever feel like, oh, I'm not protected because this or that happened to me, that didn't happen because you're not protected. That happened so that you can realize something, so that you can be taught something. So again, trying to dig deep for that seed. Not taking things at face value, looking deeper into things, and trusting that whatever is happening to you is happening for a reason, and it's so that you can learn something from it. We have open your heart here. Love yourself and dare to be vulnerable. That feels like a hard one to do for a warrior, doesn't it? Like, you don't often hear stories about warriors. I guess sometimes you do, but it's like in most stories, especially at the start, the warriors are, trying to not open their hearts, because it makes sense. They're fighting people. And when you fight people, if you had an open heart and were loving everyone, you wouldn't want to fight them. So are we making sense here? That warrior energy, you're not being given it to fight others, to fight battles. That warrior energy is there to help you dig deep and be strong-willed. It's coming through for the strong will, for the tenacity, so you can dig deep and figure out why you really have not found your happiness yet and your goal, your true goal in life. So the more you allow yourself to heal, the more that you remember that you're protected and everything is happening for a reason, the more you will open your heart, allow yourself to love yourself. With the warrior here comes perfectionism as well. Perfectionism and loving yourself, they don't go together. Whoever has a perfectionist mindset, speaking from experience, will not love themselves, because you're constantly wanting to do better. And again, you're constantly looking for a new goal to tick off. You're constantly looking for someone new to be better than. Like, oh, now I want to be better than this person. I want to beat them in this battle. Then I want to beat that other person and be better than everyone else. But you don't need to be better than everyone else. You just need to love yourself. And then you'll realize that, we're all as good as each other. There's no one is much better than anyone. And in that way is when you support yourself and you'll support others too. First, you gotta support yourself, though. We're really focusing on the self here with this warrior and the reverse diviner. We also have weight of the world. Boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. So with the warrior here, I feel like there's gonna be Again, I'm talking so much about the warrior, but even the diviner, it's carrying a lot of energy from other people, a lot of like the diviner, maybe the issues of the future, or the issues of others. With the warrior, the guilt from maybe some of the things that you did, or the energy of others, maybe that you've harmed or just been around. But all of that is accumulating, has accumulated, and that's why you became the warrior, because you had to go through so many tough things in your life that finally it's your time to be the warrior, where it kind of feels like you're on autopilot, just again ticking boxes off, clearing goals, being better than, this person, that person, climbing the ladder. Of course you got there because on the inside you're actually very sensitive. And because of that sensitivity, you've accumulated so much trauma, so much stress from yourself, from others, just from the way that everything, the whole society is like structured. Because of all of that is weighing on you. All of that is weighing on your shoulders. All of that is keeping you from finding that seed that will show you, ooh, this is your happiness. It's clutter that needs to be removed. So it will be very important for you to, again, take those times to heal, to love yourself, to open your heart, to do meditations where you get clear your energy, clear your chakras, maybe go to healings, listen to healing or clearing music. It will be very important for you. We also have double mission here. Lightworker starseed, serve the world by being you. And I want to reiterate that this that you're moving into is not bad. Again, sometimes it might sound a bit like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be in that energy. But it's not bad because it's part of you. And you'll be expressing yourself. You'll be expressing your kind of primal energy. The warrior expresses that primal energy that may have been stuck within you for so long. So finally that energy will be able to move and flow, even if it's like not in the most positive way always. And that's part of your mission, to be yourself, to let that flow, to let the energy flow, and to trust that when you're trusting and following your guidance, the inner guidance, following what you love doing, that's really what's for the highest good. We also have the anointed. Answer the call, leadership, empowerment, and soul gifts. That is another interesting one here. Let's move it up a bit. I really feel like this card is kind of pulling the whole reading together from the start to the finish, how you will be in a confused state. You will not be fully understanding what you need to do, what is best for you, and what's coming. It's like a blind clairvoyant. I don't know. Not exactly, but it's like you've lost your gift of clairvoyance if you had it before. And it will be confusing. You won't know exactly where you're going, but you will feel this fire and passion within you. And you will have guidance. You will be guided. So if you follow the light that's being shown to you, if you answer the call, you'll be going the right way. You'll be doing what you need to do, your mission here. And you have a very important mission. A mission that requires you to use a lot of energy as well. And a mission that might be some kind of leadership position, for example, leading people in some kind of way, not just in work, but maybe in other ways, not just when it comes to work. Leading people in terms of showing them the way too, helping them with that extra energy that you have, or just doing what you love and that naturally helping others, supporting them in some kind of way. But I feel like you'll be, if you trust, even though you feel like you're blind and disconnected, if you keep trusting through this, you'll get there and you'll discover so much more about yourself. You'll find a new whole version of you, because right before people can fully awaken, they need to have that moment or time when they're fully in the dark, fully asleep. And the last cards here are the tarot cards. Interesting that for your group, the tarot cards actually came second after the oracle. For the others, it was day or before. So your group is interesting. Your group is different. That's already being shown in many ways. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Three of Wands. So I think, did I mention this at the start or did I forget? But I was thinking that you guys are definitely having the biggest brand new start with this, because of this first card and the way that it looks, that it's starting from a seed. So it feels like you're starting from something from the ground up, starting from the beginning on something. I don't know what. For every one of you is going to be different. Some might be new job, new place, new house, new something, new hobby, but something new, but at the same time something old, that's sparking the energy of something old, or that's similar to something old. Maybe, for example, if you're changing careers, you're finally doing something that you loved doing when you were younger. Regardless of what it is, it definitely has a lot of nostalgia in it, and it definitely has a lot of that whimsical feeling where you really are doing something that you love. So again, it's following passions, following things that you love doing, even if you don't know why you're doing them. So sometimes just ticking off those goals maybe is not such a bad thing. Like I was saying, sometimes it can sound a bit bad, but actually it's not. Always. And with the Four of Swords, whatever this is, it will make you feel much better. It will make you feel more secure, more calm. I feel like whatever happens, it will give you a lot of time to go deep. It will give you a lot of free time. It will give you a lot of time where you can relax and rest, and where you can try to battle your inner demons. Could even be like just randomly losing your job and having so much free time that then you have to kind of confront your inner self because of that. Of course, that might not happen to most people, but in some kind of way, somehow, that chance will be provided for you. And it's up to you whether you want to take it or not, because we all have free time. We all have free time. We just choose to do different things with our free time, no matter how much it is. And with the Three of Wands, I really feel this brand new perspective in the end. Renewal. When you discover that what's blocking you from creating your happiness. For example, if you're scared of being known by others, of course, the universe is not gonna, allow you to move forward to when people are gonna start noticing you and knowing you more, because you're scared of what others will think, or whether they will judge you, or you just think that being known is bad, for example. So all of these things will show you the way. And once you get through all of them, that's when you get to this Three of Wands, where I think you'll be clearing the way for yourself to move into a new cycle, to a new role. So this is just an in-between role. This is very much an in-between role that will help prepare you for a bigger role next. but it's definitely an exciting one and a fun one that can lead to a lot of ups and downs and a lot of exciting times. So I think you guys should look forward to it and be positive about it, because again, some of these things might sound negative, but in when you actually experience them, you might feel like, oh, this is actually not so bad. I see the good parts of this. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. Stop talking so much. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought about this, guys. If you're interested in the personal reading, details are down below of how you can contact me. And I hope I see you in my next video, and I'm sending you lots of hugs and love. Bye!